Something is uncomfortable, not dramatically, just a low-level unease, the kind that has no clear object, the kind that arrives on an ordinary afternoon and sits there. And almost immediately, before the discomfort has even been fully felt, something moves. Toward the phone, toward food, toward a task that suddenly seems urgent, toward anything that is not this. The movement happened so quickly it is almost invisible. The discomfort arrives, the escape begins. Not after deliberation, not after deciding, just already moving. This is what the previous talks have been circling around from different directions. Desire moves toward. Restlessness moves away from stillness. Reaction moves against. This is the same movement, but now it is moving away from something already present, away from discomfort, before it has been fully felt. Think of a recent moment of loneliness. Not a profound loneliness, just the ordinary kind. An evening that felt empty. A conversation that didn't quite land. The specific quality of being in a room full of people and still slightly alone. What happened next? For most people, something filled it. A screen, a task, a plan. Something that moved the attention away from the uncomfortable quality of that moment. Not wrong, not a failure, just the mind moving the way it moves. Or boredom. The specific texture of boredom. Not tiredness, not sadness, just a particular flatness of a moment that seems to offer nothing. How long does it take before something moves? Before the phone appears, or the mind starts planning, or the body finds somewhere else to be? For most people, seconds, not minutes, seconds. Or this, standing up from a chair for no reason, walking to the kitchen, opening the fridge, standing in front of it, closing it, walking back. The body moved before there was anything to move toward, just away from the stillness of sitting there with nothing happening. The question is not, should we escape discomfort? That question leads nowhere useful. The question is simpler. What happens if the movement is noticed just before it executes? Not stopped, not suppressed, not turned into a practice of sitting heroically with difficult feelings. Just noticed. The discomfort is here. Something is already moving away from it. That movement can be seen for just a moment before it completes. What is the discomfort exactly? Not its story, not its cause, not what it means. Just, what is it as a physical fact right now? Sometimes a quality in the chest, a kind of hollowness or a weight or a contracted quality that is just there. Sometimes in the stomach. Sometimes just a pervasive tone that doesn't have a location. More like a weather than a sensation. Most of the time we never find out, because by the time the question could be asked, the movement has already taken us somewhere else. There is something worth noticing about the impulse to escape before the discomfort has been fully felt. It suggests the discomfort is being treated as a threat, something to be removed, something that, if stayed with, would become worse. But is that true? Not always. So sometimes the discomfort, if simply stayed with for one moment, not analysed, not solved, just felt as a physical fact, turns out to be smaller than the avoidance of it. Not always. Not as a rule, just sometimes. Worth checking. This is not about sitting with suffering nobly. This is not about making discomfort into a spiritual exercise. It is something much more ordinary. Just noticing the impulse to move away. Feeling what is actually there for one moment before the movement completes. That is all. Not because it will heal anything, Not because staying is virtuous, just because something becomes visible there that the movement covers over. There is probably something uncomfortable right now, maybe very faint, maybe just a low-level unease of an ordinary moment that is not quite right.